Okay, hey Violas, welcome to part two of our classic Sinfonia lesson. Last 2 weeks we covered from the beginning all the way up to this first repeat sign here. That took us all the way back to the beginning. This week we're going to be looking at starting here at 21 and going all the way to the end of measure 40 where our next repeat sign is. So let's just take this in chunks for now. So starting here at 21, we just have one note, right? We just got an open G, and that's it. Make sure it's accented, forte real strong, and then we rest for a little bit. We got 3 beats of rest right here. That's my kitty saying hello. Say hello, Taco. Yes, wonderful. And then we have 3 measures of rest, followed right after. And then we come back in here on the next line playing again. First thing we notice, we've got a new word right here, legato. Legato. That should kind of be, kind of triggering something in our head that sounds real similar to a word we learned even longer ago, staccato. Staccato and legato are opposites. So if we remember, staccato meant short, short and separated. Legato means smooth and connected. Not slurred, like not all like one bow, but we should be trying to make all of these E's that are happening right here touch as much as possible with our bow. So our bows are not stopping. Like when they change directions, it's just a quick turnaround, making it as smooth as possible. We are also nice mezzo piano, so make sure we're real soft right here. We were almost like always loud at the beginning, with the exception of like those 2 measures. So this is the first time where we're true, like this is like the soft part of the piece. It's soft and very smooth. So think very, very pretty here. So we have 4 measures of E followed by 2 half notes open D. Right? Let's try practicing these together. Remembering, keeping in mind while you're playing with your bow, make everything as smooth and connected as possible.
1, 2, ready, go.
All right, now we are at measure 29. Hopefully we didn't have any trouble with the legato bowings. The notes are, really easy. It's just E's and 2 D's. All right, so here we are at 29. We are slurring. Don't forget how whenever we slur, this is all happening in one bow. E to B here, slurring. We're still mezzo piano. They were nice to give us a little reminder because we had that measure of rest we might forget. We're still mezzo piano. So slurring from E to B. Down, bow, up, bow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just make sure we're getting the bowing correcting on that. We have another measure of rest, followed by another measure of exactly what we just played. 1 down bow, 1 up bow. Down, up. Remember how we have to drop our arm to get that slur across the strings to happen. And then we just have a little descending part here. A, G, F sharp, right? Don't forget our key signature. So that's high 2, F sharp, E eventually landing on D. Easy enough. Let's try that.
1, 2, ready, go.
Okay, we're now on the second page of the piece. So we're still, just to remind us, we're still mezzo piano. Just because we're on a new piece of paper, don't let ourselves forget that. We have D, F sharp, A, F sharp. So just some open strings with an F sharp mixed in. Try that pizzicato. Just the D, F sharp, A, F sharp, and then we have some more parts here. E, E. Then we have G. Remember, let's review these G string notes because these are the ones that are easiest to forget. Beat 3 is just open G, followed by on beat 4, that's going to be B, second finger, 2 C's back to back, C, C, and then those last 2 are, think for a second, first finger A, right? So that's E, E, G, B, C, C, A, right? So try that a few times. Once you've got that, look at the other thing we've got to make sure we're doing. We've got this nice big crescendo happening here. So once you've got the notes and bowings down, which is all just quarter notes, try practicing it, crescendoing each note, just getting a little bit louder, a little bit louder, a little bit louder, until we land all the way here at forte. Right? So each note gets a little bit louder than the one before it. Don't get loud all at once. Like, don't wait till the end to crescendo. Make sure it's gradual the entire time. Like, listen to yourself as you play, right? Then when we get to measure 36, we've got the thing where we have the two notes at the same time. Do we remember what those are called? Double notes, double stops, right? So let's look at what our notes are. We've got open D and first finger A. So this is going to be one of those instances where it's real important to make sure we're playing with good form, where our first finger is nice up in the air, so we're not accidentally touching the D string at the same time, because we got to make sure we hear both of those notes at the same time. Nice strong forte. All right. Once you think you've got a handle on what's happening here, it's going to sound like this. Let's try this.
1, 2, ready, go.
All right, Violas, we're now at the last part of our lesson for today, and that's going to be measures 37 through 40. And this is definitely one of the harder parts, as far as like mostly just the way it looks in our music. It's actually really, really not that bad, kind of once we look at it. Especially this first measure here. All this first measure is just a G major scale, starting from our open G string, just going up and up one note at a time. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. That's just our basic open 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 pattern. When we do it as a warm-up, like every single day in class, we're just doing it much faster as eighth notes instead of like half notes or quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? And then all we're doing after that is just these two quarter notes, is taking it a step back, quarter note on F sharp, quarter note on D. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. Right? Practice that a few times, just starting from our open G here, going back to this D. Just making sure that we're playing these two notes as quarter notes and not as eighth notes like the rest of them. Yeah, don't, like, sometimes when we practice, we kind of tend to forget about the rhythm. We just play it all as like one big blurb, either that fast or slow. Play the right rhythm. It's good to practice the right rhythm, even whenever you're practicing slow. Then we have E followed by C here. It's quarter notes 1, 2, rest, rest. Which brings us to our very, very last measure here. And this looks like a mess of eighth notes all over the place. So let's break this down and look at it, because it's really not as bad as it looks. Just like this first measure wasn't too bad, this one's actually not too bad either. We have open D followed by 3 open A's. That's really easy. You didn't even need your left hand for that. That's all just your bow. D, A, A, A. We get into D, A, 1 and 2 and that's it. Beat 3, we have to change to F sharp. This is the only fingered note in all of this. So second finger, high second finger on the D string, F sharp followed by 3 Ds. F sharp, D, 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 3 and 4 and. Super easy. No trouble at all there. Alright? So, if you need to practice that pizzicato a few times, just isolate it by itself. No trouble at all there. Alright? Once you feel like you've got all that, let's put it together and kind of practice it just as this whole line. And if you're still having trouble, if you still want to play along with me, but you're still kind of having trouble getting some of these notes down, or even like further back in any of this, you're kind of having some trouble like G string notes or slurs, whatever, don't forget, since I'm posting this on YouTube, if you click the little cog wheel at the bottom, you can slow the video down. Like they have like the YouTube playback speed options. You can slow it down to 0.75 or half speed, however slow you need to make it to play along with me so you're not having trouble keeping up. All right? So let's try this section there.
1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4. 3, 4.
Okay, Violas, that brings us to the end of our lesson for today. So once you've, got to the end there, like I said at the beginning, we've got a repeat that takes us back to 21, and we do it all over again. After we're done with this, we'll move on to the next part for part 3. But until then, just keep working on this part. Unless you want to work ahead, you're always welcome to do that. If you have any questions, don't forget you can send me an email or leave a comment. I can usually get back to this pretty quick because I'm stuck at home with nothing else to do. Yeah, I hope you all stay safe. Again, if you're needing to go back and practice this or anything in part 1, and you can always slow the videos down to practice along with. All right. Well, I'll see you whenever I see you guys next. Stay safe, everybody.